You're listening to the Question and Answer program with our Bible teacher, Dr. J. Vernon McGee. This is a ministry of the Thru The Bible radio network, and we begin today's broadcast with this question from a listener in Oregon. He writes, "Could you please explain how many resurrections there are going to be?"
There are two resurrections, the resurrection of the saved and the resurrection of the unsaved. The Lord Jesus said, you will recall, that some that will be raised to everlasting life and some will be raised for judgment. Now, he makes this statement, and I think I ought to read this. I'm reading now John 5:24. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that heareth my word, believeth on him that sent me, hath everlasting life, shall not come into condemnation, pass from death unto life. Verily, verily, I say unto you, the hour is coming, now is, when the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of God. They that hear shall live. That is, I think, the rapture. For as the Father hath life in himself, so hath he given to the Son to have life in himself, and hath given him authority to execute judgment also, because he is the Son of God. Marvel not at this. Now listen to this. For the hour is coming, in the which all that are in the graves shall hear his voice. Now, and they shall come forth, they that have done good unto the resurrection of life, they that have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation or judgment. Do you see, you have actually two resurrections. Now, we are told that first resurrection goes in a series. You have, for instance, first the taking out. In fact, Christ is the first fruits. Afterward, those that are Christ, it is coming. They will be taken out at the rapture. Now, the Old Testament saints, I do not think, are raised at that time. They're not raised, according to Daniel 12:1, until after the Great Tribulation period. They are raised to enter the kingdom here on this earth. Then you have the resurrection. We're told of the tribulation saints. And we're told that that's the first resurrection. That is, that ends the first resurrection. And you have, therefore, three definite groups: the church, the Old Testament saints, and the tribulation saints. Now, they are the ones that are included in the first resurrection. Then you have the resurrection of the lost. At the end of the millennium, there is the great white throne. Then you have the resurrection there. You see, God does things apparently very orderly, and this is just part in which he's very orderly.